How's it going out there tonight?
Whoa. You stumped me now.
Check out our website, mannimalresearch.com. Thanks to everybody. Hello. How's it going out there tonight? Hope that everyone out there is doing well. Those of you that are going to catch it live tonight, those of you that will catch it later, we sure do appreciate the support. Joined tonight, as always, by my partner in crime, Mr. Derek Jasper Walls. How's it going tonight, buddy?
Good, man. Good. Well, good. Glad to get back out here.
I know it. Long time no see, everybody.
Yeah, because somebody had a baby.
Who? Who had a baby?
I don't know. Somebody with hairy beard and stuff.
That is why we've been absent, as I'm sure most of you know. My wife Jordan and I welcomed in our brand new baby girl to the world. Let's say hello to Scarlett. There she is. Yeah, I'm sorry to all the other babies out there. I don't mean to give you all complex, but she's the prettiest baby ever. Can't really compete with her. I guess I'm biased, but yeah, she's perfect. She's beautiful and the perfect little baby. She if she cries, there's something wrong with her. She's a good baby.
You figured out if she's a daddy girl yet?
Oh, look at that. She's a daddy girl.
That's just you holding her. I don't even know.
Oh, you see how she's looking at me?
Yeah, she's like, yeah, you're supposed to hold me forever, man.
Yeah, see right there, looking into my eyes. Yeah, that's why we've been absent for a little while. We had to had a little bit of complications with Jordan. She was getting sick a little bit before the pregnancy. Ended up having a touch of preeclampsia, so had to schedule an induction, and that didn't go real well. It was pretty scary times there in the hospital. She pushed for a couple hours, wasn't able to make any progress, so she had to be rushed off for a C-section. But we got her here. She's here, and she's doing well. Mama's doing well, so everyone is doing well.
I was wondering when I seen the picture. I seen that thing. I said she's been cut open. Because that's the same way Jen seen it too, and she was like, "She had a C-section." I said, "I guess so."
Yeah. People are asking if you're still at the beach.
No, I am actually at my wife's sister's house. I had to bring her over here. They didn't know if I was going to be on or not. They had a death in the family, so we had to. I came over here, and she said, "Bring your computer and just finish your show out." And I was like, "All right, if you feel comfortable with that, that's fine. We'll do it."
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that. Was that her uncle that passed away?
No, it's a cousin sister kind of thing. So
okay, well, was it kind of unexpected?
In a way, yeah.
Those are always tough. Those are tough.
Yeah, I think she was in our age.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's not good. I mean, we're no spring chickens, but we're not old either.
Yeah. We ain't promised every day neither.
You're right about that. All right. We guys, I apologize. I'm having to use my phone tonight. I had my computer up and going, did my test run and everything a couple hours before the show, like I always do. Everything worked fine. And went to boot it up about 15 minutes before the show and got the computer to cut on, but that's as far as it'll go. It won't let me sign on to the internet. So I'm having to use my phone. If my computer boots up, I'll try to switch over to it because I can control things a little better with it. But if not, this will work.
All right. Which the comments, I'll have to wait until it pops up on the comment here. I have our guest with us on my phone. So
Yeah. As advertised and as we had talked about, we did a really good show a couple months ago. I don't know if it was quite a couple months ago with Lisa down in Alabama,
yeah,
who was having some stuff going on her property, seeing just about everything down there. Dog man, she thinks. Bigfoot, she thinks. Definitely some paranormal stuff going on, and the loss of her mom, and some stuff going on down there. And it was we got a lot of good feedback from that show. A lot of people enjoyed it, so we have asked her back to finish out her story, and she has agreed. So she's back with us tonight. But
Hey guys.
oh,
there she is. There she is. How you doing tonight, Lisa?
I'm fine. How are you doing? Congratulations on the baby. She's sweet.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. We are glad to have you back. How are things going down in Alabama?
It's going. Nothing. Everything's quiet right now, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, it is. Have you had any more action? Anything has happened lately?
Not really. One had a flashlight go out in the yard, brand new batteries in it, but that's a normal thing. But other than that, it's been fairly quiet.
Yeah, well, I mean that's good.
Yeah.
Good. Now we're there's some stuff that you didn't get to tell us the last time. Was it more paranormal stuff or what that had been going on at your place?
Over the years, it's just been a mixture of everything. There's a little paranormal. There's cryptid stuff, UFO stuff, all kinds of things that happen around there.
Yeah, I don't think we got into any UFO stuff. Do you care to talk about that a little bit?
You see lights that fly over. They might be satellites and things like that. But there's this one spot that I look up at the sky all the time, especially in the wintertime when the leaves are off the trees. And it's a really interesting spot. I'm not sure. I believe it's kind of like in the, if you look up in the sky, sort of the northwest, and it looks like a triangle up there with the stars. But I was out there one night looking, and one of these lights went coming by. It was going at a pretty good pace there, and the bottom corner that I always thought was a star, it turned out it was not a star. When this light went by, I was sitting there watching it because I'm thinking it's a satellite, just going by. Because usually about 7:30 every night you see this one thing going by. Well, I was sitting out there watching it, and as it passed under that thing that I thought was a star on this triangle pattern up there, when it passed by that bottom star, it sunk down, and then it went zipping off behind whatever it was that had just gone by. So I'm not sure what that was, but for it to just be sitting there all this time, and then to see it drop down and then shoot off after whatever it was that had gone by was kind of weird. Another time I was out in the yard, and one of those lights came by, and I noticed that it just stopped. It wasn't going anywhere. And at first I thought it was a plane that was just way up high, but I got my phone out and I snapped a picture of it, and it just looks like a little dot up there, but I kept working with it and enlarging it and stuff. And I mean, you can see lights and a pattern on this thing. I don't know what it is, but it hung up there for about 30 minutes before it just finally moved on, and then it was gone.
So you've seen things flying over your place. When you say UFO, you're talking about stuff that just mainly flying in the air. You haven't seen anything landing on your property or anything?
No. I have seen, and people tell me that there's probably a drone, but I don't know of any. Maybe we do have the technology, but I have seen two different things that look like orbs. There's spheres. The first one I saw, I had gone to my mailbox, and I got my mail out, and I was standing there behind my truck, opening everything up, looking at my mail, and I thought a hummingbird was behind me. You know how they make that noise?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, well, cool, they're back. So when I turn around, there's this black orb right behind me. And as soon as I turn around, I'm like, what the crap is that? It zips off away from me, and then it goes shooting off through the yard. And I don't know what this was because there was no wings on it. It was perfectly round. And it's just a little bit smaller than a basketball. And another time at work, I was watching some guys doing some work out there, and I saw this round one come down. I don't know where it came from, but it came straight down, and this one was white. And I was reaching for my phone, and as soon as I held it up to snap a picture of it, it's almost like it jerked and kind of like something maybe turning to face you, and then the thing just went shooting off. I did get a picture of it, but it's not real good. But the black one, now I didn't get a picture of that. And there's no wings on these things like something should have to propel it, in different directions. There's nothing there. So I don't know how these things work.
Now, you see orbs pretty regular on your property, don't you?
Yeah, the little lights, yeah.
Yeah. That is strange. What's your take? And I know it's going to be just speculation because none of us know for sure. What do you think about the connection or the supposed connection between these orbs and Sasquatch? Do you think there's a connection, or how do you feel about that?
I think there is. I think it has something to do with the infrasound that they put off. It's
Really?
energy. And, the Native Americans talk about when you see the lights, forest brothers are close by. And it's just like when I was talking on the other show there, when I was talking about, it sounded like a bunch of people walking through the woods behind the house. And then you could hear the leaves crunching and like somebody shuffling through the dry leaves back there, but you couldn't see anybody. But then when the sun went down, as soon as it got dark out there, you'd see all these orbs coming through the tree line. So I'm not sure. I think it has to do with Sasquatch and all that stuff. But on the other hand, I'm not real sure what these things are. Because at the same time, it could be something that they put off, like the infrasound. But, when you say something and you get knocked on the ground and, you don't know what they are.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, do you think there's a connection between the orbs and Dogman? I've never heard that before. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen that at the same time. Of course, they could have been walking down at night, dark and stuff, but they could have been down there at the same time too.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Now you were just talking about hearing what sounded like a bunch of people walking and talking behind your property. Is that what you said?
It just sounds like a big group of people walking, like walking through dry leaves. You know how it sounds when you're walking in the woods and everything's dry. You hear that snapping and the rustle of the dry leaves as you're kind of plowing through them with your feet.
Yeah.
You could hear that, but you couldn't see anybody back there or anything making that noise.
Is that a pretty common, pretty regular thing that you experience?
When I first moved in there, it was pretty much every day. I don't hear that so much now. The thing that I hear now is owls. You hear like 6 or 7 owls in one spot, but you don't hear any wings flapping, and each owl has its own distinct sound. And when I guess, well, when was it? 3 or 4 nights ago, I was outside, and it seemed like every time I went outside, and this happened right before dusk too. If I go out the door, I'll hear an owl go off, and then that's it. And then you come back inside, and you go out later on, and it's dark outside, and you hear an owl go off. And then you might hear another one behind the house, but it's not like they're up high in a tree. It's almost like ground level. And I have heard, I think I told y'all on the other one where I was outside feeding and I heard all these owls going off, and I counted like 6 or 7 different sounds. One of them sounded like a crow. And so I turned my phone on, and went on that phone, when you're recording, the light stayed on. So I was holding it up, and I got real close to the fence, and I messed them up. I guess they were hunting, because a stick about as big around as my wrist came flying horizontally through the air, and it hit the side of the house and fell to the ground. So they sailed that right in front of my face. And I know owls don't throw sticks that big, because this thing was about 4 or 5 feet long.
Yeah. There's one. Well, hang on, he's switching over to the computer.
Okay.
Pull that back, unless that was a Bigfoot
Yeah.
spread. Lisa, that was a Wayne asked, not Wayne.
There we go.
Yeah, he asked, have you actually seen any owls?
No. I haven't seen any owls. I've heard them, but I haven't seen any.
Do you think
I know I've got them out there. I know they're out there, but
I'm sure there is in them areas. I mean, I've been down in that way before, driving truck.
Yeah.
There's a lot of woods. So I mean, there's that. He was also put it on there saying that you think they could be mimicking, and you hearing that many.
yeah, in one spot, yeah, because I mean they were like grouped together. It wasn't like an owl over here and one way off over there. They were like all together, and one of them sounded just like a crow.
I wonder if they that might be something to look into, like when is their breeding season is, and if they flock around like in groups, like what is those big pink birds? I can't think of the name.
The pink one, a flamingo.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, flamingo, because they're always in herds and flock together for mating season. So I wonder if the owls do that too. That might be something to Google up and look. That'd be something.
Yeah. A friend of mine was telling me that because I was talking about the owls with him one time, and he said something about. He said, does it happen every time you walk outside the house? And there for a while, it was happening every time I walked outside. And normally, when the owls are out messing with the squirrels and stuff, you might have one owl, but it's way up high in the tree.
Yeah.
And but there for a while, just as soon as I walked out the door, you'd have an owl go off, but it had this weird trail to it. It wasn't like a hoot owl makes that sound, it's just gone. This had a different sound behind it, kind of like something mimicking an owl.
Okay. Have you ever heard them during the daytime like that?
Yeah. In fact, I did this last week. I had that one that was doing that whenever I'd walk outside. In fact, I stood there in the doorway for a long time just to see if it would keep going off, and if I walked outside, I'd hear it. It just was happening every time I take a step outside.
Okay. Wayne's working on the computer real quick. I know what you sent me a video or the recording of the thing. I think that's you're referring to a dog man, is it not, or is that the Bigfoot?
That's the dog man.
A dog man. Okay.
Yeah, that's Dale. That's probably, I think there's 2 of them, Dale Boswell and Jeffrey Teagle from Chattahoochee Bigfoot.
Uh-huh.
We all went to this one spot in Alabama, and the night that all of us were there together, Jeff made a call, and then it's just all hell broke loose. And you can hear me on there talking about we need to go, because I mean you can't really hear it on that sound, but these things were getting closer to us.
Right.
But,
I think I got the. Let me see.
The clear one is from Dale. Went back the next night with somebody, and that one's really, really bad. I mean, you can hear all of it, and there's no talking in it.
I'm trying to find that one. I might be way back. Nope, that's the haunted house. Yeah, somewhat. You said that. Oh, that's something else. I know I got it here somewhere. Trying to find it, guys. I want y'all to hear this. It's pretty. You can hear it. I think it's got the audio analyst. Is that the one you're talking about? Says has June 17th up top, 2018.
It's got the 3 names on it.
Yeah.
That was the night before when all 3 of us went together.
Okay. Is that also that has it in there, don't it?
Yeah, it's got some of the same stuff in there, but it's got people talking in that one.
All right, let's see if I can hear it. We'll play it. It's looks like it's the audio file only. So let's see. All right, guys, see if y'all. I know some of you got earphones on, so let's maybe y'all can hear it, and you tell me if you do. I'll see if it plays up.
Let's see if I can send this one to you.
Hang on, I gotta turn the thing up. Can y'all hear that? Let me know.
I just sent that good one to you.
All right, hang on there. All right, there's that first one, guys. If y'all heard that, that was actually with them in it and everything. Let me see if I can.
I'll go. Sent that good one to you.
All right. All right, there's that first one, guys. If y'all heard that, that was actually with them in it and everything. I hear the show on the back of my phone here. All right. That was it in the background, wasn't it not?
Huh?
The response, he's getting a response back. I can hear it. That was a good one. That is definitely a good one. Did y'all hear that? That was a heck of a response, but that didn't sound like no Bigfoot.
No. The coyotes go nuts after the howls and stuff, and then they're all together.
Wow. That was actually a pretty good one. And y'all believe that's the Dog Man? Right there. He believes that's the Dog Man area? You still there, Lisa?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's believing that's the Dog Man, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the one I just sent you?
Yeah, that was that when when it howled back, or the howling back. That didn't even sound like a.
Dale made a call, and then it gets kind of quiet, and he had his little dog with him, and she kind of yips a little bit. But you hear that howl, just like something, like a wolf just letting go.
Right.
Like some horror movie. And it is like a horror movie when you stand there listening to it.
Yeah, that was clear as day. I mean, that was actually pretty good. That was clear as a bell.
Yeah.
Trying to make sure I ain't missed any questions in here. I know I ain't got the ability to put pictures and stuff up. I know I sent some to Wayne and stuff. We had some of the pictures before. Have you had, other than that, have you anything? Have you heard anything other than the owls? I mean, have you heard any anything actually checking in, like almost like checking in when you show up down there?
At that place?
Yeah.
I only went one time.
No, at your house, at your home.
At my house?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, one night we went on a trip. I got home, it was about 1:30 in the morning, and I wasn't thinking about any of that stuff. I was just thinking about how tired I was, and I wanted to get in the house. But going back and forth, getting my stuff out to bring in, something was right there by my fence.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what this was, because it made a hissing sound, like teeth chattering sound. And you know how a cat, right before they're fixing to tie up and start fighting, that meow sound? Well, put all three of those together so loud it could wake your neighbors up right there by the fence at you. And I don't know what this was, but I think that was a dog, man. But if it was, I must have pissed it off, because that sound that came across that fence was horrible.
Wow.
I don't know what that was, but I've tried to do that. Sounds all at once, something with that at the same time from this one thing.
Or if you have bobcats out there.
Yeah, there's bobcats. They've actually even had a bear show up about 2 miles from my house, and she had a cub with her. But there's all kinds of stuff out there.
Well, that's pretty fascinating there. Has the dude from Texas, he's asking, have you had any X marks in your woods?
Yeah. I had a big vine pulled down that was probably about 15 feet up in between two trees. And this vine is about as big around as my arm. It was old, just huge vine. And I had been down in the woods. And when I walked back down there about a week later, that whole vine had been pulled down, and it was in the shape of an X. And it's to me, it's ornate looking, but also right beside it, on each side of it, it had been pulled down to the ground, and on each side of it, there was two young trees that had been laid over on each side of that X. And I sat there and I kicked the leaves out, because I was thinking, whatever did this knocked these two trees down. But these trees had not been snapped off at the ground. They were something that were brought over there and laid there.
Oh, wow.
I didn't find any place where, they were broken off or anything right there where they were laying. And I cleaned all the leaves out trying to make sure, but they had been brought over there.
Oh, wow. Have you, with the clicking thing, I got Illinois Sasquatch is asking, have you heard any clicking or noises around your property?
I have heard snapping.
Like tree breaking?
Real loud snapping noises, like something snapping a couple of times.
Oh, wow. Oh, I gotta move my legs. My legs are killing me.
I'll tell you, the first time that I ever really saw a dog man full on, you want me to tell you that one?
Yeah.
I've got some friends that live in Alaska that I had been talking to. And I was sitting there telling him that I was dreading it, because the next night I was going to have to work over late, and I hated coming up in the yard, that late at night with it being pitch black like it is. But it was a full moon, and at that time the people that live across the street from me over there, they had a street light, and so I had the full moon and I had a street light, and the yard, before I let trees and stuff grow up, it was pretty bare out there. And that night, I backed my truck in, and I was sitting there getting my stuff ready to take out of the truck, my work bag, and the phone rang, and it was my friend from Alaska, and he told me, he said, I'm just calling, make sure you got in okay, so, because I know you've been kind of freaking out a little bit lately, because at that time, there was a lot of stuff going on right there where I had to go in and out of that gate. And so he called, and I was sitting there talking to him on the phone, and this was about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I wasn't really paying attention, but between two of my trees out there right next to the street, I see a flash like somebody went from one tree to the other. And I told him, I said, dang, I said, who in the world would be out here, walking this late at night? And I said, but he's creeping me out because this fool, he hasn't walked out from behind the tree. I said, he's just standing there. And my friend asked me, he said, you lock your doors? I said, I got them locked. And I was sitting there watching that tree waiting for this guy to walk out from, on the other side of it, and he never did. And I'm sitting there looking on the left side of this tree, and then just a flash, I see another flash going to that tree. I said, oh my God, I said, there's two guys out here. I said, what in the world? I said, they're not moving. I said, they're just standing there. And he said, well, don't make any noise. And I told him, I said, I'm not. In fact, I kind of sunk down in the seat a little bit because I didn't know what these two guys were doing.
Right.
And I'm sitting there watching in between those two trees, and then the tree next to those, there's like three trees right there together. They're Leland cypress trees, and they're pretty big and bushy. So I'm sitting there watching, waiting for these two guys to walk out so I can get a look at them and try to figure out what they're doing. Well, here comes a third one, but it's not a man. I'm sitting there looking at this thing, and I see the ears sticking up on top of its on its head, kind of high. And this one was about as tall as I am. I'm 5'6", and it's standing there. And I'm looking at this thing because I'm trying to figure out what the heck I'm looking at, and I'm freaking out. And I told him, I said, oh my God. And I said, it's not a guy. I said, I don't know what this is. And he said, what is it? And I was trying to explain to him. I said, it looks like a person that's got a head on it with a muzzle, like a dog. And he thought I had lost my mind. And I'm sitting there looking at this thing, and then all of a sudden it takes one step forward, and it's sitting there staring at me in the truck. And it takes one step forward, and it hunkers down, leaning like in my direction. And I just slid down in the seat. I mean, it's like my eyes were right above the dashboard there. And I was freaking out. I had just quit talking. And about that time, its head jerked towards the trees where the other two are. And it just stands up, and it looks back at me one time and just nonchalant just walks over to that tree where the other two are.
Oh, wow.
And then they all three of them take off running across the yard. And I'm sitting there looking at it and freaking out in my head because at that same time, I'm sitting there thinking, in fact, I know I said it out loud because I told myself, I said, oh my God, I said, they're real. What's real? I said, werewolves. I said, werewolves are real. Because when they ran, they were kind of like stair step. It was like the big one, one a little bit shorter, and then this young one that was sitting there, standing there, leaning over, looking at me. And that was my first good look at Dog Man, and it was three of them, and they ran right across the yard. They probably weren't but maybe 50 feet from me.
How many? I think you told me before. You got pretty good land down there. How many acres you got down there?
It's just a little over 3 acres, but it butts into a strip of land that kind of goes way on out into the woods, right by a swamp.
Okay.
So,
Scottish Wildman asked, do they come real close to your property? And if so, you should get some boards with some nails through it, and maybe try to get some DNA.
yeah.
I might do that. I'd probably be doing that for like protection. Like,
yeah, or make them mad.
Yeah. Do you ever, with those, I know a lot of people say about the Dogman, do you ever do you ever get like any kind of smell or anything from them?
I have not smelt anything. Now, at the river one time, I did get a smell, but I'll tell you, my nose got broken when I was 12 years old, and I have a hard time smelling things and tasting things. Yeah. So that may be just me, or maybe they don't have a smell. I don't know. I've heard a lot of people talk about, the rancid smell, or they smell like a dog and all this other stuff, but out in the yard, I have not smelt anything. I think one time, and this has been about 2 years ago, I got a funky smell that was coming up from the swamp. In the wintertime, the wind blows from that direction towards the house, and I got this funky smell that came up, but I was thinking, well, that's probably just something from the swamp.
Yeah, that's possible.
But the thing that I smelt at the river, that was pretty rough. I mean, it smelled like a wet, nasty dog and crap all mixed together.
I hear you. With them running through, I guess them running, I might probably Randy asked this. He's asking, when you was able to see them running across, do you think, could you pinpoint like how tall they could have been?
Yeah. The next day, I went out there with my tape measure. The way they ran, the biggest one, it ran up under this oak tree that I had trimmed the limbs on. And when these things were running, they were hunched over. They weren't standing straight up running. They run hunched over. And the big one out there ran right in front of the bottom limb that I had up there, and that measured 8.5 feet.
Oh wow!
Yep, this thing was massive. I don't know. I assume it was a male. I don't know because it looked like a family group.
Wow.
I mean, you could, when they ran, they were hunched over. They had their elbows pulled back to their sides and their forearms sticking out in front of them.
Yeah.
And it's like their hands were flapping in front of them. I mean, you could, with the full moon and that light across the street, you could actually even see like claws on the ends of their fingers, and they weren't little either.
Oh wow!
But they had a big tuft of hair from running from the back of their neck about halfway down their back, and as they ran, that hair was bouncing on their backs.
Oh wow!
But they had the hocks on them, and I didn't see a tail on these either.
Wow.
Now, I don't know if they had them tucked or what, but I didn't see a tail on any of them. In fact, that young one, the short one, when it stood up and it turned to walk towards the other ones, as it turned the profile side, I didn't see a tail on it.
Oh man! Wow. I had a question, but I think I have a brain fart now. Have you? Oh yeah. When you went out to do the measure, did you see any footprints around the area?
I just saw where they had gone through the grass. The grass was kind of thick right there, and I didn't see any footprints. I just saw the trail going through the grass.
Okay. I was wondering because usually if it says right, going that far, going that fast, running across, you think they would leave some type of something in there possibly.
Yeah.
It looks like Wayne's come back now. Are you back with us?
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with the phone. I can't get my computer to act right, but I've been listening.
Well, I know because I ain't pressing no buttons. And questions are popping up. I'm doing
somebody asked, "Hey Lisa, are you in Southeast or Southwest Alabama?"
Central, more close over there towards not close to Mississippi, but the central part of Alabama.
Okay. I kind of answered that. I put South Alabama.
Yeah, but he was asking if she was east or west.
Yeah, I mean we're basically. I mean, just to put out there, when we're keeping her identity down, we're keeping the area down, and everything from the experiences she's had. We don't want to tread lightly or tread. We don't want to tread in the wrong area and get things messed up down there with her and everything else. That's why I was just saying South Alabama, not to be rude to you guys. It was her request, and we're honoring that request, and it's for anybody. It ain't just her. It's for anybody. That's why
Yeah,
I was kind of.
we won't ever give away you guys' location if you ask us not to. It's not good practice. We have areas where we go out and we look for the big guys and do our research, and we don't want a bunch of people coming around messing up with what we're doing either.
Yeah.
So we'll show everybody the same respect.
We got Randy asking, could you tell if they had regular legs or hawk legs like a dog?
Yeah, they had the hawks. Yeah.
The hawks, okay.
Uh-huh.
And Wayne said, have you ever tried contacting Jonathan
Odom.
Odom? Give me a minute. I was going to tell it.
I just had somebody.
I don't know him.
I'm gonna say no on that, Wayne, because she don't know. She don't know who it is. I don't even know who it is. Let's see. Make sure we're getting the questions in here for you guys, and let's see. Flat Rock Booger. Never mind.
That's Booger. That's
Is it
Flat
Booger?
Rock Booger.
Okay. Can let's see? Can she say what county? Lisa, that'd be up to you. That'd be your call now. If you can say what county, because
I really don't want to.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be ugly, guys. I live by myself,
right.
and I'd rather not. I'm not trying to be ugly to anybody.
That's fine. That's what he was asking. He lives in Alabama too. He was asking, and that's why I called it and said, hey, I'll let you make that call because you're our guest. This is your area and everything. I know one thing. I'm gonna put it out there. I still would like to have you as our South Alabama person for the Mannimal. If you're still thinking about it, you got to get in touch with Wayne, and he can send you stuff and get you set up. And it'd be great to have you down there and getting the more recordings and stuff from your property. When you go down there, it'd be great.
I've been thinking about that. It sounds like it'd be fun.
And like I said, you'd be our secret weapon down there, I guess.
How it works, how our organization works, Lisa, is you would, if you were interested, you would be over that area down there, and you would build you a team down there, and you guys would do investigations just under the Mannimal name. Basically, we have a team in Virginia, had a team in Missouri, one a couple in Georgia actually, and we're in Tennessee mainly. So that's all it would be doing. But that's completely up to you. That's something we can talk about later if you want to.
Y'all gonna see a fat boy run?
What happened?
I don't know. There's a giant bug flying around me, and I don't know what in the hell it is. This thing is the size of my man.
You're such a girl.
Flying around him.
I don't know what that is. That thing's huge.
Is it a bat? Is it a bat squatch?
I don't know what it is. Man,
have you guys heard of this thing called a bat squatch? I'm being serious.
Man, I hope not.
I'm being serious, man. So a podcast that I listen to, this guy talks about a bat squatch. It's a Sasquatch with bat wings. You can't make this stuff up, man. I don't know.
And Daniel says a hummingbird moth. Man, I don't want to see no I don't even want to see a hummingbird, a moth. I like hummingbirds. Good. That thing was trying to fly around. Man.
Did he say bat squatch?
Yeah. I kid you not. It's a show that I listen to, and he's had a couple of reports of what's being called a bat squatch. And I mean, I hate to laugh, but because people are actually saying they're seeing this thing, but I don't know. Diana Christian saying Batman? ? No, it's bat squatch.
If that's Batman, then he's small.
There's so many things popping up nowadays. There's no telling what's out there.
I know, man, and I don't want to be ugly, but we got enough cool stuff out there to investigate, man. I mean, Bigfoot is. We don't even know if Bigfoot's real. Let's worry about finding out that before we start adding all kind of other stuff. That's how I felt
Yeah.
about Dog Man, but there's so many quality, reports coming out about Dog Man that you have to take it serious now. You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be the same
Yeah.
as the Bigfoot
Someone
thing.
saying sheep squatch too. I've heard of that too. Sheep squatch. I mean,
It's crazy all the stuff that's coming out. It makes you wonder what's going on.
yeah.
Man, if you
I-
don't you know what? I got you, buddy. Oh no, hell no. You're dead.
Killing me.
That was a pink beetle. I know. Hell. Pinched my dang toe off. Good Lord.
Hey, we're still alive, buddy.
Huh?
We're still alive, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
Grown man.
All right, we got it. Let's go. I got him.
Grown man out there afraid of bugs.
Hey, if I can't see it, I ain't.
Killing me. Lisa.
Huh?
I don't mean to be rude, ma'am. He's taking the attention away from you. You're our guest.
I'm not trying to.
I wanted to ask you, what do you think? And I'm going to ask you all of them. I want to start off with Bigfoot. What do you think Bigfoot is? What do you think Sasquatch is?
I think Sasquatch is something that's very old that has always been here. I think they're flesh and blood, but I also think that there's other qualities to a Bigfoot that we just don't understand yet. The infrasound thing, when people talk about them disappearing and stuff, it used to be on YouTube. I've not been able to find it because I was gonna send it to you guys and let you see it. There was a video where it was showing how infrasound affects solid objects, and they had taken this vase and put it in, and it was either a glass cube or an acrylic cube, and they turned the sound up, the infrasound up on this vase that was inside that cube, and it's almost like the vase started vibrating a little bit, and then all of a sudden it just disappeared. The louder, the higher they turned that infrasound up. And as they turned it back down, you could literally see the vase coming back into view, and then it looked solid again. And I think the infrasound has something to do with that.
Really?
That's my way of thinking about it. I may be totally going off the off ramp, but I think the infrasound has something to do with that. Plus, all the blurry pictures and things. I mean, yeah, you're shaking because you're trying to get a picture of something, but there shouldn't be all that blur when you go to take a picture. It should be something solid sitting there. You might have some streamers coming from it when you're moving, but not all that blur. And I think the infrasound has something to do with that that's messing pictures up. I think probably the older ones and the more experienced ones are probably stronger and have perfected that a lot better, maybe. I don't know. But I think it's just like this one guy that I know, he would work 6 months out of the year, and then the other 6 months he had this job so he could stay out in the woods and go hunting. And for the whole hunting season, you never saw this man. But as soon as he came out of the woods, he'd have to go to his optometrist and have this. It's almost like a cataracts, but it was thicker. He would have to have this peeled off of his eyes. And his doctor told him that it was a throwback in his DNA, and it was actually something that protected his eyes for being out in the woods and out in the environment. And he said that there are people out there that have that, but he said it's not common. But this guy had it. It didn't affect his vision, but he did say that he could actually see a little bit better at night when this would grow in like that after he'd been out there for a while. So what that is, I don't know. But I think a lot of this stuff with Bigfoot can be explained, but we just don't know exactly how to go about doing it yet.
Now, where did you say that video was of the face disappearing?
It was on YouTube. I haven't been able to find it, though. I've been looking for it. But I thought that was interesting because when I first started hearing about infrasound and stuff, I started looking it up. And I found that video on YouTube, and I thought I had it saved to some of the stuff that I keep, whenever I'm watching things, but half the crap that I've got saved has been deleted. I went through the other day thinking, well, maybe I saved it, and I know I had saved it, but most everything that I've got that involves any kind of weird stuff has been deleted by YouTube, it looks like.
Well, I'm gonna look for that, because if that is the case, and that would explain a lot. I mean, it really would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that has something to do with it, because infrasound does some weird things to people.
Yeah, but other animals put off infrasound, like tigers, lions, stuff like that, and there's never been anything reported about them disappearing or anything else in the area disappearing. So maybe it's a certain level of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's interesting, though. Definitely. I mean, you can't ignore it. But it would be cool. It would be cool to find more out about that. So, what do you think a dog man is?
Huh?
What do you think a dog man is?
I think it's the same thing. It's something that's been here for a long time, because there's petroglyphs. I think it's in Iraq. There's petroglyphs of dog men, and you've got like one petroglyph where it's walking with a young one. There's another one where it shows them. It's an ancient cow it's extinct now, but it shows them dragging or it's got it on its shoulder. There's another one that's got two of them dragging something. I can't remember if that's the cow or if it's the baby hippo, but one of them's got one of these creatures on its shoulder after it's killed it, and then it shows another petroglyph where two of them are dragging something. But you see the muzzle on it and the tail and everything on these, and I don't know how old these petroglyphs are, but for it to be in Iran, places like that, or Iraq, I mean, who would do that?
Well, I mean, you got your old Egypt times. If you look back in Egypt, it shows them worshiping something with a dog face thing.
Yeah.
You have that. I mean, they got statues built. I mean, that's possible for both of them. Bigfoot's over here. You got the Yeti up in China or Japan or Korea over there. You got which is the abominable snowman.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, look at all the old ancient maps and tell me what you see on them, because every one of these ancient maps that you look at shows a dog man.
That's true.
Yeah, they've been around for a long time. There's a thing from Alexander the Great where he fought, I think it was 200 of these things. It was an army of 200 or something like that, if I remember right. And the only thing that they could do to push these things back was to set everything on fire and drive them back. And it was in what do they call it, the Caucasian Mountains, Caucasus or something like that in Russia. That's where they were at, and they drove them back. I think it said into a ravine or something, and they walled them up. And according to the legend is they won't be released until the end times. But that's on I forget what they call it, but it's the stories of his battles and stuff. But that was Alexander the Great. And then you've got a tablet that was found from the king of Persia, where it shows that he paid tribute every year to a race of dog-headed men, and he sent 10,000 swords, 10,000 bows to an island every single year. It talks about the bushels of food and stuff that they sent, and that was out of his storehouses.
Wow.
All right, guys, we're coming up on an hour here. It's after 10 o'clock anyway. Walls, you got anything else you want to add before we let Lisa go?
I don't know about you, but I believe she's got plenty to go with. I believe we could have another part 3. And I mean, there's so much stuff going on. I mean, to get it out there to be.
Lisa's becoming one of those that we're going to have back several times, like our good friend Janice Carter, and our Arkansas Bigfoot friends, Ken and Rachel King, the Kings. They've been here several times. If Rachel don't
Yeah.
mind, we'd like to have her back again, if you don't mind, ma'am.
Do what now?
We'd like to
I
have
say,
you come.
if you wouldn't mind, we would like to have you back again in the future.
Sure. This is fun.
Well,
Yeah.
hopefully by the next time, maybe she can say, "Hey, I'm part of Mannimal now, fully and everything," and say, "Hey, I'm bringing y'all live stuff now."
Yeah.
Maybe we can talk her into letting us go down there and check out her property too.
That's something. I don't know. That might be a bribery or something there. I'm just playing with you.
Lisa, I appreciate it very much, ma'am. Thank you so very much for coming on and being flexible. I know we had you scheduled before, but the issues with the baby and my wife and everything, we had to reschedule. And I thank you for being flexible with that, ma'am.
Oh shoot, families first, guys. You gotta do your family first. That's no problem.
I really do appreciate it.
Well, I'm gonna let you go, Lisa, and just keep sending me stuff like you've been doing, and we'll get it on the show and everything. We'll set up and reschedule, or not reschedule. We'll schedule up another time, and if you get down there, when you go to your place, try to do some recording and stuff, and just send it to me, whatever you get.
All right, I got stories from up here, and I'm in Huntsville right now, but I was born up here, but there's stories from the first house that I lived in. That place is messed up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, good deal. Well, everybody's saying thank you and everything on here. I see the comment, but you should be able to see the comments too.
Yeah. Thank you for being nice, guys. I appreciate it.
No problem, and we appreciate you.
Having me.
Appreciate you coming on. It's been awesome. Questions come out of the woodworks. I mean, it's coming, so I appreciate it. So we'll let you go, and we'll definitely we'll touch back base with you, and we'll get scheduled again.
All right. Give your wife my condolences. I'm sorry about her family member.
I will. I appreciate it. I'm sure she does. She's in the house right now, but I'll let her know.
All right.
All right. You have a good night, ma'am.
All right. You too. Y'all take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, yeah, guys. Again, I'm sorry about the technical difficulties we've had. My laptop may have bit the dust. I might have to get a new one. I don't know. Anyway, you got anything before we say good night, buddy?
Yeah, guys. I've actually set up a camp out. Hopefully, we're gonna here in a couple of weeks. It's a new location. We're gonna go check it out. My buddy Wayne, I don't think he may be able to drive down there, but he's not going to be staying the night with us, I don't believe, which is fine. I've got plenty of backup, and John is going to be coming. We get to meet John first time, so I'm going to try to get down there, and the ladies we've already got full permission and everything. Everything's still a go, so we'll be doing a camp out. I'm going to try to check it out on Friday night first. I'm gonna have me and Greg's gonna be there, and I'm gonna see if we can possibly maybe do a live while we're in the woods. If we can, that'd be great. It'd be on a Saturday or a Friday, and we're almost test it out and see what kind of signal we got.
Hey, when
it'd
is
be
that?
Great. The 19th. It's on the weekend.
Yeah, talking to Jordan about it, and her mom has been here helping out with the baby and everything. And if her mom's still around, I might get to go on that one.
Okay, that'd be great. We got to have you there with me too.
I'm hoping, man. I'm itching to get back out there.
Well, I mean, like I said, if not, it's not that far from us. You can drive down there during the day, bring the baby. I mean, meet everybody, and then maybe do a day investigation. We're gonna get out there early on Saturday, and come out and do a day one with us, and then we'll do a night one. I mean, either way, however you want to do
it. We are still set to be at the Cumberland County Bigfoot Festival. We've been asked to come out there, so we will be set up out there. That's in October.
Yep.
And since that is in October, you know, we've been talking. I've been talking to Old Bear and Squatchy Cowboy Joe, and actually Tom from Paranormal Junkies talked to him a little bit about it, about doing our big camp out. We talked about doing it in October, but I want to talk to you guys about maybe moving that to November, since we got our thing with the Cumberland County Bigfoot Festival in October. We might move that to November, but we'll talk to everybody and see what works out best.
Okay. And guys, I'm glad to see y'all guys back. We should be back again Thursday. Tune in, same channel.
Yeah, I already got guests
same
lined
time.
up for the next few shows, guys. So we will
Yeah.
be here, and missed you guys, really did.
Yep. Unless that something family happens, like I told him when we were going to be scheduled, I said, "Hey, family comes first," which I could have done a show, but we got to figure something on that one. Try to where I can maybe do a show, and if something happens, I can go out and do a live with, because people like me going to the battlefield. They really tuned in on Facebook, so I've been doing it on Facebook. So we'll do something.
All right, guys. Again, thank you guys for showing up, and again, personally, thank you. And Jordan wanted me to tell you guys thank you for all of the well wishes and the support that you guys showed us, and we appreciate it. We love you guys. We wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for y'all. We appreciate all the support, guys. We really do. You guys, y'all be good to each other. Be safe, and we will see you next time.